That was weird. Am I still live? All right. So apparently it shut me down for a second. That was very odd. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded. Always a pleasure to see each and every one of you. It is just always just a fantastic time. Hey, don't forget to check me out, twitch.tv/Lore Reloaded. Right there, we are, I do a lot of the editing and such online. So if you guys want to come just hang out, watch that, see what's going on, that is always a fun time for everyone. Or go to twitter.com/Lore Reloaded. Generally, I talk about whatever I want to. It is not specific. I mean, I talk about Star Trek a lot or science fiction a lot, but I also give my own opinions. So if the fact that you and I probably don't agree on something that has to do with politics or religion or morality, and that's going to make you sad, that's going to make you upset, where you need to go and you need to cry a little bit, then it's probably not the best thing for you to go to. However, if you can get over that, then definitely come and have some fun, because it's a lot of fun. Also, as I've talked before, guys, this month is one of the worst months that I've had, thanks to what's going on with the coronavirus and advertisers pulling out and stuff. So please consider tipping below. You look in the description, you click on that, you can tip, and whatever you put in there will be said on this screen, assuming that's not too bad. And we also get to decide if we want to keep it. Generally, I only have female voices saying it, and we haven't found the right one yet. Let's go ahead and talk about Lower Decks and kind of get all into that stuff. Lower Decks has recently come out, or not come out, but there is a premiere for it. They said that it wasn't going to be premiering. It actually is. And I am on the fence about it. Lower Decks, interestingly for me, it's the antithesis of everything I think Gene's, well, not everything, but it is a large part antithetical to what Star Trek was originally supposed to be. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it's the truth. It's animated. He really didn't like animation. He wasn't a huge fan of that. Even though I know there was the animated series, he wasn't the biggest fan of animation ultimately. And the show kind of goes out of its way to... They're trying to normalize how they're not exploring new worlds. Because they're doing the second contact type thing. They're going there after first contact has been made, and they're trying to have fun with it, right? And that's okay. You have to accept that it's not what you were going to expect it to be. It's not like anything that's come before, and it's not going to be nostalgia Trek, as I like to call it. Without watching it completely, I don't know how to feel about that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If it's done well, maybe. It's just, I have a hard time accepting something that seems so antithetical. It's like, in my opinion, based on what I've seen and based on their pitch, it's like Discovery in a different way. Now, I'm not putting it down, so if you guys want to see it or you're interested in it, I'd be curious about your thoughts, because I'm not attacking it. I'm not saying it's the worst thing ever. What I am saying is that I am cautious. I'm cautious as to if I want to become invested in it. Now, a lot of channels have gone crazy about it. You got Kedwalski, who's really excited about it. You got Jesse Gender, who's really excited about it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's because of how old I am or because of my the way I act or my persona. I just can't get like uber excited about stuff like this without actually seeing the product anymore. What's going on, Rage and Havoc? Hope you're doing well, buddy. DS9 wasn't traditional Trek, and it turned out quite well. Well, yeah. So, Dank User, here's the thing with that. I don't disagree. Every time they've made a series, they've tried to do something new with it. And it's worked out for better and not. So, DS9 was not your grandfather's Trek. It was going off the rails. They don't always listen to Prime Directive. The heroes can sometimes be anti-heroes. Voyager was not being anywhere around where the Federation was, having to do it on their own. And so Are they pushing the box? Yes, but I would argue that the spirit of DS9 and Voyager and possibly the spirit of DS9 and Voyager may possibly be different than the spirit of Lower Decks. Why do I say that? Because I think that the spirit of Nostalgia Trek, the spirit of TNG, the spirit of Voyager, the spirit of DS9, Enterprise, the original series, the writers who did that, they wrote it with a different type of writing and from a different spirit than what you see with Picard, what you see with Discovery. And the same people who did Picard and Discovery are doing Lower Decks. And I guess that's my concern. Because if you were to tell me, if we went back to the 90s and you were to tell me the people who did TNG or Voyager were the ones that are going to be writing Lower Decks, I might be a little less pessimistic about it, you know? Voyager felt like it was aiming for a younger audience. I don't know. One of them is a cyborg. You know, there may have been a trailer that's come out that I haven't seen. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen the trailer if it's come out. Jerry Freakin' O'Connell is going to be in it. How do you not know exactly what kind of spirit this is going to have? Because someone who writes something doesn't necessarily, or someone who's a part of something doesn't mean that they're just one note. I would argue that while there are similar stripes, Family Guy is different from Orville. I would argue that quite consistently. I would argue that while there are some similar beats, the reimagined Battlestar Galactica is different than the episodes of DS9 that were written by the same writer. So there is that. Isn't Lower Decks supposed to be a comedy? To my knowledge, it is going to be a comedy. It's going to be very... I think, and I could be wrong here, so correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it supposed to be more of an adult comedy type thing? Like they're not necessarily going for... they're not necessarily going for the younger audience. I think they have another one coming out that's going for the younger audience. By the way, guys, since he did it to me, and God, I need to watch. I generally try not to go live when there's certain other YouTubers, just because, not that I feel like I have any allegiance or anything. I can do whatever I want, but I don't like splitting up the audience. Since he did it to me once, can you guys do this, please? Go right here. Go in there. Let's see if we can get 15 people. 103 watching. Go there and tell Anti-Trekker the Lore Reloaded said hi. Let's get 15 people to do it. See if you guys can do it. Voyager wasn't necessarily for a younger audience, but a more general or family-friendly audience. You know, that's really... I would say Deep Space Nine was for a family-friendly audience. Yeah, they had some deep stuff. They had some things that maybe you had to talk to your child about, but I would say that DS9 and TNG are family-friendly. Discovery is by far not. Discovery is as far from family friendly as you can get. And certain episodes of Picard, absolutely not. I thought there was originally a rumor show hitting Nickelodeon. Was that just speculation? It wasn't speculation. They were putting it together. I think they're still going through with it. I don't know. See, that's one of the ones. So the Nickelodeon cartoon is one of the ones when certain other parties say that they're having some issues or that it may not go through. There's some evidence of that when it comes to the Nickelodeon one. It still may be going through, but I don't know. I do know that was specifically for kids, though. It's not going to be something that is supposed to be what you and I might enjoy. I thought there was, animated don't have to be bad, even if it's for a younger audience. Look at Clone Wars, but even CW needs 3 seasons to find its path, so let's hope they don't freak out too much. It's probably going to be universally panned at the beginning. People generally don't like stuff like this. I would be surprised. What's going on, DGA Odyssey? It's probably not going to be as popular. I think it'll have to find its feet, especially given just how different it is. I don't know. Computer-generated cartoons can be pretty slick. You know, and for instance, if it goes the Clone Wars route, the first season and second season of Clone Wars was absolutely horrific. First season, second season of Rebels was pretty bad too. It usually takes them about 3 or 4. That is one of the ones it truly takes them a couple of seasons to get on their feet. Because they are just by far too silly. At least Star Wars is by far too silly. I discussed the DS9 documentary last time. Did you remember the YouTube channel that you wanted me to see? Oh my god. I vaguely remember. I thought I told you to go to a couple of other ones, like Jesse Gender and Veggie. You're gonna have to give me more than that, because I thought I gave you the channel. I must have completely forgot. DS9 family friendly? Not really. You know, the war, the actions that have taken the Palo Moon episode where the Romulan ambassador gets murdered, so they talk a part of the war. Oh, and Mister. Here's the funny thing about family friendly. Family friendly doesn't mean that you're sitting down and you're watching the Muppets. Things can. So there's. I hate. And this isn't necessarily specifically like aimed at you, Hanzo. I disagree with the idea, not you specifically. I hate the fact that it seems like people have two opinions when it comes to family friendly. Either family friendly is you have to be watching the Muppets, and while you're watching the Muppets, you're in a room surrounded by cellophane and like beds, and you have soft pillows on your head, and there's a huge sign outside that's in neon that says "Safe Space, please don't hurt me, facts." I hate that people think that it's either that or it's okay to watch Discovery. I think there is a middle ground. I think that family friendly or parental guidance is exactly what it says, parental guidance. Just because there's war in a series doesn't mean that you can't have a kid watching it, depending on what you're seeing. Just because there's intrigue, or the hero possibly doing something wrong, doesn't mean that you can't let them watch it. There are certain episodes of DS9 that I would that I would say you should probably watch and make your own decision. Like O'Brien wanting to commit suicide. Nah, I'm not sure that my 5-6-year-old should be watching that necessarily. But I'll tell you, I will take the O'Brien suicide episode. I will take the Garrick killing ambassador episode. I will take that every day versus any Discovery episode. Any one of them that you can choose.
Type $5, I kinda like the new ship design. I mean after the Obers, made famous from being constructed out of explodium, I wanna see where this goes and DTS purpose in Starfleet before I make a final call for myself.
Alright, so we know that when Stream Elements, when it says a female voice in French, she will actually be speaking French. We all learned that. So, hold on. She's not going to be able to be here anymore either. Veggie, while I'm doing this, Jesse Gender, Kat Walski, and Steve Shives are the channels I believe I told you you might be interested. Personally, I like Kat Walski and Jesse Gender for sure. Hold on. So Yvonne, who is French, can't do that, Yvonne. I'm sorry. Going to have to go. Guess we're going to go back to... what is it? The Australian English, maybe? Let's see what Samantha can do for us. And to read that, since that did not actually go through and only so many of us speak French, I'm not one of those. I have no idea. Everett said, by the way, thanks for the support. Let me know what you want to fund that for. Everett says, I kind of like the new ship design. I mean, after the Oberth, made famous from being constructed out of explodium, I want to see where this goes and its purpose in Starfleet before I make a final call for myself. Well, I mean, that's fair. I'd be interested to see where it goes as well. I think that family friendly would mean whether it's a good message in the story. I disagree with that, Sidewire. I completely disagree with that. I would argue that Discovery tries to have a good message, but is not at any point family friendly. I don't think they do have a good message, but I think they tried. Remember when Picard and Riker blew that dude's head up? Yep. Color me surprised that in 50 years of a series, you can find certain episodes that are horrific or violent. It's not comparable to what you see in Discovery, and one episode doesn't mean that most of it isn't family friendly. You know? And I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but I hate that false dichotomy. Oh, look, here's one episode that, and again, this is me frustrated at other people, not you. This is one episode that has a guy whose head's blown up. Obviously, all of Discovery is okay. Where you have sexual assault, implied sexual assault of a woman on a male, PTSD due to that sexual assault, literally watching guts fall out of people, literally watching people being killed. Oh man, oh, mercy me. I'm cautiously optimistic about Star Trek The Lower Decks. Just a friendly reminder, Star Trek Lower Decks is canon. Look it up. I'm not sure that's true. Let's look it up. Let's do that together. Star Trek Lower Decks canon. Mike Mahan gives a Star Trek Lower Decks update, explains how it fits into canon. Star Trek Lower Decks is an upcoming anime, and this is this is on Trek Movies. Let's find out together, shan't we? Let's find out together. That's for you. Hey, Yosef, unfortunately, there aren't any super chats. If you guys want to support the channel because I am having a rough month, please consider going into the description and clicking on the link for tips. Not only will you get, so here's a couple of things. First off, I get all of that money, not the 30% taken by Google. Second, what you actually say will be on the side of the screen. And it helps me out. Super chats are coming back in about 2 weeks. All right, so let's look at this. This is from trekmovie.com by the Trek movie staff, because screw knowing who the person is. Star Trek Lower Decks is an upcoming... That's them, not me. Star Trek Lower Decks is an upcoming animated comedy set shortly after Star Trek Nemesis. Last year, Lower Decks creator Mike Mahan confirmed the series will be considered a part of Star Trek's canon. That makes me nervous. Now in a new interview with Inverse, he offers more details. So let's see what he says here. Within Lower Decks, there is a proper in-canon Star Trek show. It takes place during the TNG era. It's on a ship that feels like it's always existed there, and the bridge crew is dealing with big, never-before-seen Starfleet, Star Trek-type stories. So every episode has a thing like that happening in it. And then, on top of that, we've got A stories and B stories that are emotionally driven from the point of view of the Lower Decks on the ship. So it was an area of storytelling that people had covered every once in a while in Star Trek, but never built a show around. It was important to me that if you know everything about Star Trek and you watch this show, then it fits into canon and doesn't break Star Trek. In fact, it grows it. And if you know nothing about Star Trek, then all of the canon in Lower Decks feels like mythological, broad, understandable sci-fi stuff, so you can enjoy Lower Decks. What have you done, Michael McMahon? I feel like I should know that. Mike McMahon. I'm sure all you guys are screaming, you don't know who Mike Mahomes is? Yes, I know who he is. I want to see what else he's done. He's done Rick and Morty, obviously. Rick and Morty, China, Out There, South Park, Drawn Together, Solar Opposites, Star Trek, Short Treks. Which one did he do? The Escape Artist. The Escape Artist wasn't bad. And what did he do on that? He wrote it. Was he the writer? I know I'm totally nerding out. I'm totally nerding out. Hold on. I just want to see what and who this guy is. Okay, so he's one of the writers. Okay, what else has he done? Okay, so the only other Star Trek credit he has is one of the Star Trek shorts, and that was The Escape Artist, which I have a few issues with, but honestly is one of their better ones. I don't hate what he said, and I don't hate his credentials. Now, if he had done like the majority of Discovery, then I might be concerned. Then I might be having a little bit of an issue. Clickety clacks, you say. Oh yeah, sorry. They canonized the animated series, so what did you expect? Yeah, I hate the fact that the animated series is canonized. That is one of the dumbest things on Facebook. See, here's what you guys get confused about too. I treat canon as what it's defined by, which it's generally, and for Star Trek specifically, it is defined by the IP holders. The IP holders get to tell me what canon is for their universe. I can still say it's stupid. It makes no sense, and the animated series is one of the dumbest things to be canon. Whether you like it or not, it's not about liking the series. I don't think that a guy who wrote episodes for Rick and Morty is able to catch the essence of Star Trek. Well, Moritz, I completely disagree. I don't think that just because you write in one field doesn't mean you can't write in another. I think that's a really rough way of looking at it. Look at uh whoops, wrong one. Sorry. Why am I saying sorry to you? I miswrote something in Google, and I apologize to you. Look at Ronald Moore. He wrote Deep Space Nine, or he was a co-writer in Deep Space Nine, and went off to do Battlestar Galactica. I think those two are similar but distinctively different. There's a lot of differences in them, and I think he wrote both really well. So I would encourage you not to let that turn you off.
Joshua Kortolv tipped $1.46. Thanks for everything.
Well, thank you, Joshua. I don't hate her voice either. What do you guys think about her voice? I don't hate her voice. I can get into that.
Joseph tipped $5. Once you have their money, you never give it back. Hope everything works out.
Both a Ferengi and pirate way of looking at things. And it's true. Oh, and you guys are talking about beers. You know, I hate you guys so much. I hate everything about you guys. Hold on. There are actually petitions right now for those who are interested. If you want me to shave my beard, or if you don't, allow me to share those, because every time it comes up. I am not guaranteeing that I'm going to do it, but I will consider it and have a debate on it for whichever petition gets there first. Yeah, I think that's the best voice we've had so far. I'm absolved of my sin, Armicdud says. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The original voice? I did not like the original voice. Voiceover. I forget what the hell we're going to call it. TSS, whatever the hell she is. Star Trek Discovery isn't anything I'm going to watch ever. When I saw those Klingons, I knew that they didn't respect the universe. Ronald Moore is when the series started to go downhill. You don't like Ronald Moore? I like Ronald. I think Ronald Moore was a pretty good writer. Ronald Moore didn't write Star Trek Discovery, though. I don't think. Please tell me he didn't. I don't think he did anything with Discovery, did he? No, he doesn't have anything with Discovery. Why are y'all being crazy? I would have been very surprised, because there's nothing about that writing that is related to Ronald Moore. Who cares about Laura's beard? Because it's not me. That's true. I think too many people are scared of the like. They are. 113 watching, only 46 likes. What's up with that? COVID. Well, hey, here's the first thing. So for everyone, I am the only channel, as far as I know, that has claimed, and it is true, that you can't get COVID by simply being here and watching my channel. Space Talk hasn't said that. Lore Runner hasn't said that. Anti-Trekker hasn't said that. So I was about to share that, Max. I don't know why you didn't. Ron Moore's been too busy with For All Mankind. Yeah, I need to watch that. I know you guys mentioned that. And Ronald Moore writing it makes me want to watch it even more now. I hit that like button like Ike committed brutal assault upon someone else, and there was a joke made about it back in the day, says Armicdud. Many don't like the new Trek because it's not feel Star Trek. It doesn't feel like old Trek. It's depression, dystopian, simply opposite of Gene's vision. What about the Andromeda series? Its theme can work in the Star Trek universe. Andromeda is very dystopian as well. I think that's where they're going with Discovery. A lot of people get really upset about that. I do think that Discovery Season 3 is going to be basically Andromeda, right? It's dystopian. That's very dystopian. That said, I don't know that it's a bad idea. I'm not even upset that Discovery went that route. A lot of people are like, oh, they're stealing from Andromeda. It's a Gene work. Why wouldn't you take from that, especially if no one else is using it? So I first off, I don't see any issues with it. I don't know why people get upset about it. And I think that maybe it could go that way. I think that would be an intriguing way of taking it. It is 100% COVID safe channel. That has actually been scientifically proven. Specifically, it's talked with Fossey. The whatever, he's apparently an important doctor of some sort. So yeah, he specifically said it. If you watch one of his most recent things, he went out of his way to point it. Andromeda, the thing about Andromeda though, I don't know how true this is, but my understanding is Gene wrote Andromeda as a way of attacking Star Trek because it stopped being his. Honestly, when you look at Star Trek, with the exception of season 1 and season 2 of TNG, he never really had control over it. He sold his soul to the network, and they did a lot of the changes. He had extreme influence in the original series, then complete control in season 1 and season 2 of TNG, but after that, he was really shut out quite a bit. And even in the movies, he was pretty shut out. And so my understanding is when he wrote Andromeda and he wrote the destruction of the Commonwealth, that was him somewhat destroying Starfleet and the Federation. He was pretty bitter about it. Andromeda and Earth Final Conflict were conceived as Trek spinoffs. Yeah. I didn't know that about Earth Final Conflict, but I know Andromeda specifically. When he wrote Andromeda, he was going out of his, well, at least from my understanding, he was going out of his way. Andromeda got pretty bad when they got rid of the main writer for it, in my opinion. And the main writer actually wrote his own epilogue, which would have been so much better, I think. So Gene tried doing a Yoshiyuka Tomino. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, I guess. I suppose so. Farscape was amazing. Farscape is one of those that you have to watch every episode or it makes absolutely no sense. I can enjoy Farscape, but I've never watched it all the way. People want me to do Farscape breakdowns. You're gonna have to fan fund that because there's no way. To understand that and do it would be like doing Doctor Who. Canon should be specified to one writer only, like every writer has his own take and the same thing, like Star Wars EU, don't make it shackled. Here's the thing. I don't mind having different writers for different series. I don't think you can reasonably do it any other way. But certain Star Trek series, to my understanding, had people it was their job to keep everything within canon, to look it over. And I think that's the way it should be done. Earth Final Conflict was what if Vulcans came down and weren't helpful and had an agenda? Was Earth Final Conflict the one where, like in the first episode, one of the writers or someone points out, one of the journalists or someone points out, is like, wow, all of you guys are beautiful. And then she comments back, you're not bad yourself. And then they had like teleportation, and the teleportation caused sterility. And there was like an underground trying to defeat them. Yeah, Robert Hewitt Wolf, I believe is his name. His coda for how Andromeda should have went was excellent. What they did with Andromeda was bad. Okay, I'm about to give Laura's like button a nice long lick, and it better not bite me, or else I'm coming after you, Yosef. Well, it's only going to bite you in ways that you like. I have found that the things I lick, if it bites me, I generally enjoy that. So, yeah. Farscape was fun, and to the end it was clear a arms race for the biggest weapon in the galaxy. Well, the other thing I don't like about Farscape is that it ends on a cliffhanger. I cannot stand cliffhangers. I cannot. I hate it. I will not watch an entire series if there's a cliffhanger that isn't resolved. The season 4 episode of Farscape where they did the documentary in universe about Earth's first contact with aliens was really good. I don't think I've ever seen that one. The one I clearly remember from Farscape. I mean, I've seen quite a few, but the one I clearly remember from Farscape, because they were always doing crazy things, was I know there's a ship, and the ship has, depending on the ship, it has a pilot that comes with it, right? And I remember they found one of these that had been taken over by the big bad empire. I forget what the empire was called. It had one of those shackle things around it so it couldn't do anything. And then the ship was disabled for whatever reason, and the crew chopped off the arms of the pilot and was eating them, and then the pilot's arms would grow back, and then they would chop them off again. It's not the best memory or the best writing, in my opinion. Doesn't leave the fuzzies in me, I'll be honest. Did I enjoy Quantum Leap? I want to say, I don't think Quantum Leap's ending had... No, there wasn't a cliffhanger to Quantum Leap. It had a horrible ending. It's like he's just going to keep jumping forever and ever and ever. Oh my god, horrible. Horrible. That's how some people say hello. They chop off your arms and eat them. That's a normal greeting right there. That sounds like the alternate future episode of Stargate 1 more than the other show. It did have teleportation later that was being used to kidnap people. I didn't know that. I agree about cliffhangers. To be honest, I don't like watching new TV shows until they finish broadcasting. That way I can binge watch. I like that too. How much to shave your beard? I will shave it live right now if you give me $60. $60 live right now. It'll be the worst shaving on planet Earth and it'll look weird, but I will do it right now. But not $1 less. You forget the movie lore. Farscape had a movie to end all story strings. I didn't know it had a movie. Well, I'm glad they finally ended it. I might actually be interested in watching it at that point. I mean, not really interested, but it went from a solid no to, okay, if I ever get into it. So what's the news on the Lower Decks? I started late. It has a specific date that's coming out. Yeah, we moved on to other stuff. Sorry. It has a place that's coming out. It is apparently canon. I actually, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing looking at the writer. And I do know it's the antithesis of... what Gene would have wanted, but that's not always a bad thing. I mean, it'll grow back. I'll grow it back out. The ending to Quantum Leap was so sad, it ruined every episode before the final. I agree. I think the ending to Quantum Leap was horrific. By the way, guys, if you're watching this and it feels like there's a little bit of a delay, hit that refresh button. Don't be scared of it. It might be scared of you. You don't have to be scared of it. So is Anti-Tracker really upset about Lower Decks premiering? Or the Lower Deck thing? Galactica's finale is even worse, given we've since learned that the point of the divergence between the different ethnic groups was 400,000 years ago. I don't even know. This is the first I've heard of this, and just by going by animation style, I can already assume this will be a trash fire. I don't know, Claire. I don't think it'll be that bad. We'll see. We'll see. It was a whole lot better than Game of Thrones ending. No. I would disagree, actually. Game of Thrones ending actually had some of the quote-unquote good guys have a happy ending. Oh my god.
Locutus tipped $60. Shave your beard, live.
I'll be right back. I hate you all. I hate everything about you all. I should have said it $100. You're right. All right. Now, when shaving, the exact best way to do it is in front of a camera. Why is that? Oh, it's locked. Unlock it. Here we go. Don't worry, it'll come back. Sound all the girls are used to. Oh my god, this is a horrific way to do this. Who would ever taken this thing off? I'm sexy, man. Can you flip this thing around? Hold on. Because this is not exactly the easiest thing on God's green earth. There we go. Wow. Stop there. It looks great. Nope. Someone gives another 60. I'll stop where I'm at. I will shave it at the end though. To be clear, I'll stop on here, but I will come back. Oh my god, this looks so good. So good. Don't you judge me. Cat's sitting there staring at me. It's not 25, babies. I said more than 25. We got the new Wolverine. I hate all of you. I look so fat without one though. Look at that chin. Look, you can feed the entire fucking family with that chin. What a weird. It is a wig. Guarantee you, Templin Institute wouldn't do this. Oh my god, this is how everyone should. This is how everyone should shave. No problems with this. All right. Oh my god, I'm so fat. No. Well, it's already finished now. It's too late. That came in too late. What I will say is I won't touch it up because it needs touch-ups. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I hate all of you. Is my lip bleeding? Oh, I did catch my lip, didn't I? Oh, that's good. So, I do not look good without the beard. You guys are crazy. Nope. It's more money for the burns. Look at that. I'm going to keep it as a pet. You may still get the wizard. All right, we're back. Oh, that does hurt. Oh, we're talking hundreds for bald. Not worth it for bald. You looking you talking oh yeah, we're talking at least 200. $500 for the eyebrows. $200 for the bald. Babyface lore to a Klingon. Why am I looking at this on the other screen? Okay, let's bring this back here. There we go. I hate you all, by the way. How much to get the daughter's reaction live on stream? $10. $10. Hold on. I didn't lose any courage. I'll still do the other style. Hey, Lorelai. Oh, I shouldn't say a name. Hold on. I mean, it's too late now. You guys know the names. If someone looked enough, they could find it. Hold on. Get your sister. Come here. Is Raven here? Yeah. Hold on, wait for Raven to get here. Yes, I know what he just did. What'd I just do? Shh, didn't do anything. I love you.
Yes, Dad?
Hey.
Put your hair back on.
I can't put my hair back on.
Wait.
Oh. I did it for money.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted the money.
How much money did you get?
Far less than I should have asked for.
How much money was it?
I don't know. All right, go play. We are not going to be rich. That is not. That is not. Yes, 200 for bald and 500 for eyebrows. You're losing viewers at a crazy rate without the beard. It's true. They're all going down. Well, they come here for the Star Trek stuff, not for the random, weird, pay this guy to do something crazy. What do you think this is? Shoe nice? All right. What's going on? Samantha Tadaro. The one, the only. All right. So what do we want to talk about now? What do we want to go back to? I think I got I only got a couple minutes. Yeah, I got about 5 minutes. So if that's happening, that's got to happen quick. Well, I mean, I'm always going to be honest. One of my things is now it's always age appropriate, but for my kids, I'm always honest with them. I don't try to hold that back. Well, I'm glad you came in to lick the button, Ariel. The beard adds trust, though, brings wisdom. It's not just an affection. Well, I'm gonna bring it back, an affectation. Yeah, I mean, if multiple people got to 200, it'd be fine too. But honestly, I have to go in the near future. I mean, if you did it right now, I'd stay and do it. But I will be back tonight, though, at some point. And we can do it then. You should have asked for money for tour kids reaction, for your kids reaction. I did. Oh, man, I still gotta shave. I hate not doing a good shaving job. That bugs the living hell out of me. But yeah, so 10-foot beard next. That's what we're gonna do. Well, I mean, if people sign that petition, I'm not promising, but I may go through with the thing. I may actually do it. All right. Well, first off, guys, I want to say I'm glad I did. I'm glad you had some fun. Locutus, as I said, it's a rough month, and you don't know how much that actually helps. I'm glad I could do something that you guys enjoyed. I'll probably be back on tonight. We'll have some fun then. Don't forget to rate, comment, and do my children believe in Santa Claus? I have never told my children that Santa Claus is real. You may call that a out, but I've never told them that Santa Claus is real. What do you think about the animated Trek series Nickelodeon is doing? There's some, I'll answer that and then I gotta go. There is some question. That is one of the reasonable ones I don't know may actually get done. If it comes out, I mean, whatever they want to do for kids, I don't hate it, you know. But I will be doing, on the petition, I will be doing, a mohawk would be $500. I'll shave it all for $200, but if you want me to keep a consistent mohawk, now that costs more. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's a rough month, but I don't know. Thanks so much. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I'm going to see you guys on the next Lore Reloaded.